You did this deliberately. That post is an illegal structure, and I am suing you for every dollar of damage to my vehicle. My attorney will be calling you before the end of today. This is a hazard. This is an illegal hazard, and you put it here knowing exactly what would happen, and I will have it removed. HOA President Brenda Vance told the homeowner at 9 Magnolia Ridge Court that his concrete mailbox installation was an unauthorized permanent structure under Section 5.8 of the Peachtree Subdivision Charter. That a $7,000 fine had been entered against his property deed with immediate effect, and that the Fulton County Code Enforcement Office had already been notified and would be conducting an inspection within the week. She said all of this for days after her SUV had sustained $14,000 in front-end damage, hitting the same post at the same speed she had used to destroy his previous mailboxes without consequence. What she didn't know was that the homeowner was a licensed contractor who had built the post to every USPS and county specification, had footage of all 4 previous destructions on a camera system backed up to 3 separate locations, and had an attorney who had already reviewed the footage and described the accumulated criminal mischief charges she was facing as the kind of case that ends careers and empties bank accounts simultaneously. A licensed general contractor who had spent 18 years building and renovating residential properties across Georgia, had lived at 9 Magnolia Ridge Court in the Peachtree subdivision of Atlanta, Georgia, for just under 2 years. Peachtree sat in Fulton County, a middle-class neighborhood of well-maintained brick homes, wide streets, and the kind of community where people took pride in their properties and generally left each other alone. Mark had bought his home knowing exactly what he was getting: a solid house in a decent neighborhood with good school ratings and reasonable HOA dues. He had renovated the back patio in his first summer, kept his lawn in perfect condition, and had never received a legitimate complaint from anyone on Magnolia Ridge Court. He was coming home from a job site on a Tuesday evening in late September when he noticed his mailbox was on the ground. The post had been snapped clean at the base, and the box itself was sitting in the grass at the edge of his property. He looked at the damage, looked at the street, and assumed someone had clipped it, pulling out of a driveway too wide. He reset the post, repacked the base, and went inside. 2 weeks later, it was on the ground again. Same clean break, same position in the grass, same absence of any note or apology from whoever had done it. He fixed it a second time and ordered a driveway camera the same afternoon. The camera went live 4 days later, and on the very next week, it captured Brenda Vance, 58, HOA president of Peachtree for the past 9 years, steering her black Cadillac Escalade deliberately into his mailbox post at the edge of Magnolia Ridge Court as she drove past on a Thursday morning. Not clipping it, not drifting into it, turning her wheel toward it with enough intention that the post went down on the first pass, and she kept driving without slowing down. Mark watched the footage twice. Then he called JR and started drawing plans for something she would not be able to knock down. Before we go further, what city or country are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. We love seeing where you're tuning in from. And if you believe that no HOA president has the right to destroy a homeowner's property and then fine them for replacing it, hit that like and subscribe button and join us here on Karen Really. Mark filed a police report with the Atlanta Police Department the morning after he reviewed the footage. He submitted the camera recording along with the report and noted that this was the second confirmed destruction of his mailbox, and that he believed the same vehicle was responsible for the first incident he had not captured on camera. The responding officer reviewed the footage, confirmed the deliberate nature of the impact, and opened a criminal mischief case under Georgia Code the 21st of July 16. The case was assigned a report number, and Mark was told to expect follow-up contact within the week. The follow-up never came. What came instead was a phone call from the investigating officer informing Mark that the registered owner of the Cadillac Escalade had denied any involvement, and that without additional corroborating evidence, the case would remain open but inactive. Mark asked if the camera footage was not sufficient corroboration. The officer told him the footage showed the impact, but that the plate had not been clearly captured at the angle the camera was positioned, and that the registered owner's denial meant the case needed more before it could move forward. Mark thanked him, ended the call, and repositioned his camera that same evening to cover the full width of the street and the license plate of any vehicle passing the front of his property. 3 weeks later, Brenda drove over his mailbox for the third time. The repositioned camera caught the full front plate of the Escalade in clear daylight as it turned deliberately into the post. Mark filed a second police report the next morning with the new footage attached. This time, the plate was readable. This time, the case had no ambiguity in it. The investigating officer called him back within 2 days and confirmed that Brenda Vance had been contacted and that the matter was being reviewed for formal charges. Nothing happened. Mark later learned through JR that Brenda had called the police department directly after being contacted and had spoken to a supervisor she knew personally through a neighborhood civic organization. The case stalled again. Mark replaced his mailbox for the third time, added a second camera covering the opposite angle, and waited. Brenda destroyed it a fourth time 10 days later. Both cameras caught it: front plate, side profile, full impact, and Brenda's face clearly visible through the driver's side window as she steered toward the post. Mark sent the combined footage to JR without filing another police report. He had already decided that the police department in Atlanta was not going to be the solution to this problem. He was going to solve it himself, legally, permanently, and in a way that required no cooperation from anyone. He spent the following weekend drawing up the plans for a mailbox post that no Cadillac Escalade in the state of Georgia was going to knock down. By Monday morning, he had his materials list ready, and by the following Saturday, the hole was dug. The rebar was in, and the concrete was poured. Mark built the post over a weekend, and he built it the way a man with 18 years of construction. Experience builds something he needs to last. He dug 3 feet down, set a rebar cage 6 inches wide into the hole, and poured a high-strength concrete mix that he had used on commercial foundation work for the better part of a decade. The post itself was a 4-inch steel pipe set into the concrete core and wrapped in a cedar sleeve on the outside, so it looked from the street like any other wooden mailbox post in the neighborhood. The mailbox mounted on top was standard size, standard height, regulation color. Every measurement within USPS guidelines and every material within what the Peachtree HOA bylaws actually specified for residential mailbox installations. Nothing about it looked unusual from the road. From the road, it looked exactly like the 3 posts Brenda had already destroyed. Mark finished the installation on a Sunday afternoon, packed the surface around the base, and went inside. Both cameras were running. He did not tell anyone what he had built. He just waited. Brenda drove past 9 Magnolia Ridge Court on a Wednesday morning at her usual time. Both cameras picked up the Escalade, turning onto Magnolia Ridge Court from the Peachtree main entrance at 8:34 a.m. The footage showed her slowing slightly as she approached the front of Mark's property. The specific deceleration of someone preparing to make a deliberate move and then steering the front right corner of the Escalade directly into the post at the same speed and angle she had used 4 times before. The post did not move, not an inch, not a fraction of an inch. The Escalade's front right bumper collapsed inward on impact. The hood buckled, the front right wheel well crumpled back toward the firewall. The airbag deployed. The car came to a stop at an angle in the street with steam rising from the front end and both cameras recording every second of it in full daylight. Mark watched the footage from his kitchen that evening and called JR before he called anyone else. The post was still standing perfectly straight in his front yard. It had not moved at all. Brenda Vance filed a complaint with the Peachtree HOA board the same week her Escalade was towed from Magnolia Ridge Court, citing Mark's concrete mailbox post as an unauthorized hazardous structure and demanding its immediate removal. The board reviewed the complaint and requested a copy of the relevant bylaw. The bylaw Brenda cited, Section 5.8 of the Peachtree Subdivision Charter, contained no language restricting mailbox, post materials, construction methods, or foundational depth. The board found no grounds to act and informed Brenda in writing that the complaint could not be upheld. It was the first time in 9 years that the board had told her no about anything, and they did it in a letter. She then filed a civil lawsuit against Mark seeking the full cost of her Escalade repairs. $14,000 on the grounds that his mailbox post constituted a road hazard that had caused damage to her vehicle. Her attorney presented the argument with a straight face in Fulton County District Court. JR presented 4 separate camera recordings showing Brenda deliberately destroying his mailbox on 4 separate occasions, including the final impact in which her own driving caused every dollar of damage she was now trying to recover from him. The judge watched all 4 videos without interruption and dismissed her lawsuit before the first recess. The criminal mischief case that had stalled twice at the Atlanta Police Department was reopened after JR submitted the full footage package directly to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, bypassing the department entirely. For documented incidents of deliberate property destruction captured on camera with clear plate identification was not a difficult case to build. Brenda was charged with criminal mischief under Georgia Code the 21st of July 16 and faced a fine and a permanent mark on her record. The HOA board removed her from the presidency within days of the charges being filed and hired an independent management company to audit every enforcement action she had taken during her 9-year tenure. Mark checked his mail on a quiet Friday morning with his coffee in hand. The post stood exactly where he had put it, straight, solid, and completely unbothered, just like him. If this story reminded you that sometimes the best response to someone who keeps knocking you down is to build something they cannot knock down, share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you have an HOA story of your own that the neighborhood never found out about, drop it in the comments because we are always listening. See you on the next one right here on Karen Really.